If you just got a collection in the mail, do not pay it. We're going to talk about which steps that you should take instead and how the collection companies might actually owe you $1,000. Let's hop right in. Hey everyone, it's me, Jazzy Mac. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to talk to you about this super viral TikTok video that I did, basically talking about how to handle collections that you get in the mail. You know, those pesky notices that say you have until this date to pay this, or we're going to report it to your credit. Now, I'm definitely going to hop in and talk about those steps to take before you pay anything. But I know some of you are going to say, well, Jazzy, if it's already on my credit, can I do these steps? And the answer is 100% yes. But there is a certain way that you need to do it. And in addition, we're going to talk about how the collection companies could possibly owe you $1,000 if they don't follow these steps. So let's get into it. Oh yeah, and shout out to all of the people that are seeing these credit boosts in their scores. Like, listen, somebody went from the 500s to the 700s and they said they did it in just a few months. I'm so freaking proud of you. That's what I love to see. So thank you for constantly giving me updates on your credit journey. This is what I love. It's what I do. So let's talk about it. Now, I want to be clear. This video isn't about just not paying a bill, okay? This video is about those situations where you're just minding your business and you get a surprise collection in the mail. I've gotten that 1,000 times where I've gone to the doctor, my insurance paid for everything, and then the next thing I know, I have a medical collection at my front door and it didn't even make sense. So there used to be a time where every time I got a collection and it got put on my credit, I would pay it off and I would just assume because I paid it off that it was going to raise my score. Well, as you know, we've said in so many other videos that paying off a collection isn't what actually raises your score. And you can go and verify this at Experian.com. It is the act of having that item deleted from your credit report. But before it even hits your credit report, you do have a consumer right to investigate the validity of that collection. So the 4 steps that you're ultimately going to take is, and this is going to be done via certified mail. You don't want to do anything over the phone when you're requesting these items. And you also don't really need to be doing it over email either. When you do it by mail, you create a paper trail that you can use later on if for any situation they don't give you the information that you're requesting. So the 4 items that you're going to request are going to be, number 1, the original contract with your wet signature. And you want to make sure that you explicitly state that it has to have your wet signature, because you don't want them just sending some generic form to you that you didn't actually sign. Now, the second thing that you're going to request that they send you is going to be the creditor info. This is going to be the name, the address, and the phone number of the original creditor that ultimately sent the account to collections. Now, the third thing that you're going to get is it's going to be payment history and itemized billing. The reason why you're going to ask for itemized billing is because you need to see exactly what you're being billed for. And in situations, especially when it comes to medical collections, you can be charged as much as $40 for a single aspirin. Not the whole bottle, but $40 per tablet. And imagine having a bottle of 100 tablets. You're talking about $400. So it's not, or I'm sorry, $4,000 if they're charging you $40 per tablet. So those situations where you're being charged astronomical fees, it's best to always ask for itemized billing so that you can say, yes, I had that. No, I didn't. Now, the fourth thing that you're going to ask for is going to be what's known as proof of ownership. And this is basically where you're asking the collection agency to prove that they have the authorization to collect on this debt from you. Yes, there are scam companies out there. Yes, there are junk debt buyers that just go around trying to collect on erroneous debts, debts that have been paid, debts that don't really exist anymore, debts that have been time barred. So you want to make sure that they have the legal authorization to collect anything from you. Now, with these 4 items, you want to make sure that you're sending it certified mail with signature confirmation. Now, as far as the letter goes, if you don't feel comfortable just writing this kind of off the top of your head, I do have those templates available where I've already kind of written it out for you exactly as it needs to be said. There's nothing more that you need to add besides just your name. Now, sending it certified mail is so freaking important with signature confirmation simply because you don't want them to claim that your letter got lost in the mail. And if you have to escalate this matter, you want to be able to show that you actually applied these steps and requested this information. Now, they only have 30 days to get you all of this information according to the FDCPA laws. And if they don't get it to you within 30 days, then essentially it invalidates the debt and it keeps them from placing it on your credit. Now, if they've already placed it on your credit, but they still fail to get you this information and to provide you all this proof that you're asking for, then they can be hit with a $1,000 violation. And this is how you ultimately get paid by those collection agencies. So it would be smart to, if you don't get this information back, to file a complaint with the CFPB to make sure that you again have extra, sort of evidence that you've requested this, nobody's done anything. And at that point, you can file suit against the collection agency and you would call out the violation. You'd say, hey, I requested this information on this date. I waited 30 days. I made another request. They still didn't get it to me. So they violated the FDCPA guidelines. Now, if you don't feel comfortable having, that sort of a conversation and taking those steps on your own, you can reach out to a consumer protection attorney. Now, of course, I am not an attorney, but I've spent some time in a courtroom going up against different companies. And so don't be afraid to reach out to an attorney to say, hey, this is what's happened with my credit. This is what they're charging me. This is what I've requested. And I think that they're in violation of the FDCPA guidelines. And what some judges will do is award you $1,000 per violation. So if they violated it as far as refusing to take it off your credit and then refusing to provide the method of verification, maybe, there was some other violation that could be like an easy $3,000 that you would get as a result of those violations. So again, if you already have something on your credit from a collection agency, yes, you can absolutely take these steps. But if it's already on your credit, then you can very well go ahead and just send your dispute letters directly to the credit bureaus. So if it's already on your credit, then you can send it directly to the bureaus to ask for this same information. If it hasn't hit your credit yet, then you would send this particular letter to the collection agency. And again, I do have the templates down below in the description box for you. So I hope that this information was super helpful. I know everybody's been like freaking talking about it on TikTok. You guys blew me up. You blew up my inboxes. And I didn't even know that so many people were like, saying, hey, I wanted to do that, but I didn't know which steps to take. So these are the steps that you can take to ultimately invalidate that debt. Now, you might be saying, well, Jazzy, what if they come back and they give me all of the information that I requested? Well, at that point, it's totally up to you to negotiate a settlement amount. Even if it's just 25% of the balance, you can negotiate that amount to make sure to just, kill the debt and make it go away once and for all. So don't ever just blindly pay a collection, because chances are it's probably not a legitimate debt. And even if it is, you still want to make sure that those charges are actually accurate and that they're charges that you agreed to. So I will see you in the next video. And thank you so much for joining me today. See you later. Bye.